Yeah, for all three of you guys, maybe Simeon first. Just what was going on there at the start of the game, and how were y'all able to right the ship?
We didn't start fast. I feel like I don't feel like we overlooked them at all. We knew that they were going to be a good team. We looked at a lot of their film against Oklahoma State the previous year, where they had a good game against them and almost beat them. I just feel like we started a little slow. We were trying to get our legs under us, but I feel like on the sideline, someday we grew at today. We never had any panic. We felt that we knew each other had each other's back. We knew the offense was going to get it going, and we knew we was going to have to keep making stops and start to get stops for our offense to score.
Yeah, I mean, just a little slow out the gate, obviously, but second half, like he said, there's no panic, just trying to make plays, get back in the game as much as we could, and it was a dogfight out there.
And Drew, y'all had 8 sacks as a team, most Arkansas had in a decade. How big of a key was that tonight for y'all's success?
I mean, anytime you could affect the quarterback, it's going to be huge in the game. I mean, their quarterback was phenomenal. I mean, just making plays all over the place. But if we can get to him, it'll help switch the momentum back to our side definitely a little bit.
Maybe all three of you guys, the punt return, maybe you guys were talking to coaches or some, but if you got a view of it, what'd you think? And just how big of a momentum swing was that play? And what'd you think of Bryce's return?
It was phenomenal because I have to cover Bryce a lot in practice. So I know he's super fast. And we talked about it all week that we had to make sure we blocked their gunners. And Sam Mbake, a freshman, came out there. He did a wonderful job at blocking their gunners. And we knew we'll be able to get out the gate. And that was just very exciting. It was a big momentum shift. It helped us. It gave us a little bit more energy to go out there and play even that much harder.
You guys want?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can make a huge play like that and shift the momentum, I mean, you could just take the life out of the other team, especially when the game, is that close. So, I mean, that's just like it was just game-changing play. The momentum's fully switched to our side.
It really gave us a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Like we were just sitting there on the sideline. We saw it happening in real time. We're just like how we're just sitting there and you just like your heart racing and then all of a sudden it just goes faster and faster as the play develops. That was really how it was for us. And we just wanted you to ride that momentum on.
A lot, maybe all you starting with Simeon again. A lot of top 10 teams have been losing. We all see that. Yeah. You guys, you could happen to you all tonight, but you didn't let it happen. How big was that? I know you wanted to win in a more impressive fashion, but the bottom line is you're not the latest team to get upset.
Yeah.
And maybe how can this help you all moving forward?
I mean, a win is a win. We're gonna celebrate it just like any other win. But we know Monday we're gonna go back to the facility, get back to work, fix all our errors, fix all our mistakes. But it was just great for me to see because I've been here for a minute. So a few years ago, things not going our way. We probably would have shut down. It was just great to see just that progress in our team, that things could be going bad, but we pulled together. We never got to fussing on the sideline. We more of just came together and encouraged each other. Even KJ was coming down our side. We was going down to the offensive side, just keeping each other encouraged because we knew how we could play. We knew we didn't play our best.
Drew?
The leaders on our team really did help us out in the entire game, just keeping everybody's heads up, making sure everybody knew the game isn't over, nothing's over. Even when we're down 17-0, they always told everybody, keep your heads up, don't get divided. Make sure everybody stays together as a team. We're going to be able to overcome this. And we were able to overcome it through the great leadership of Sims, of KJ, of everybody that's a leader on our team.
Drew. I mean, it was a good, test for our team. I mean, to be able to overcome and, fight back, it was good for our team to get a taste of that and be able to battle in games and never get down like we never got down today.
Drew, you've got 5.5 sacks through 3 games. How are you doing it, and how much fun are you having getting after the quarterback? Because I believe you said, I think in the preseason, this is kind of what you came here to do, stand up more and get after the quarterback.
Quarterback scared of Drew.
That ain't the truth.
But yeah, I mean, it's fun playing in this defense. I mean, we got a lot of ways, get after a team and especially affect the quarterback and, how Coach Odom is scheming up everything. I mean, it's fun to play in and provides a lot of opportunities, and it's our job to, take advantage of it.
Jordan, several big plays, seems like every week for you too, just kind of taking advantage of the snaps that you're given. How's it feel to be making the impact you are?
This is a great feeling to be able to impact the team, just being able out here to play my heart all the way out and just do what I need to do. It's really just the defensive scheme, and everybody else has been able to set it up for me. If you saw that sack at the end of half, Drew really had him first. It really should be 6.5, but he let him go and he saved me. So, I'm still chasing him. I'm trying to, beat him in sacks, but
What do you guys think of the sack total tonight? I think it was 8, like Andrew said. I think it's the most you guys have had in about a decade.
It was phenomenal. Helps me not have to cover for so long. So I love every time we get a sack. You just be covering, then you just hear the crowd go crazy. That's how I know. Probably Drew or JD probably got to him. So it's just an incredible thing to do. It's incredible for this program to have pass rushers like we have, Drew, JD, a lot of guys on the D-line. Everybody just works together, and those guys get to reap the benefits. So it's great to see that.
Yes, I mean, what'd you think of Rocket tonight? He had like 167 yards rushing, plus kind of almost like a run. Was that 73-yard shovel pass? What'd you think of his game?
Man, Rocket, that's his name. It matches the way he plays. He's a Rocket. He gets ready to take off at any point. And we've seen that play. We've seen it at practice a whole bunch of times, and then it got us. So I feel like this is about the 3rd straight week he's had an incredible performance. He helps our team. He helps the run game, and he's developed a lot from last year. So I feel like he's had a real good year already, and I feel like he had an incredible game today.
You said you covered Bryce a lot in practice. What is it about him that made him be able to make that punt return play?
Man, he can run full speed and stop on a dime without seeming to change any speed. He can make one cut and go the other way. He'll still be at top speed. I feel like he has an elite speed, and we've been waiting on him to get a punt return like that because we know he has the speed, he has the vision, but we actually did a great job of blocking it up on special teams tonight.
Simeon, earlier you said that you've been here a while, and that if this game had happened a couple of years ago, might not have gone the way it did.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? Like, how were y'all able to right the ship, whereas you weren't a couple of years ago?
Man, I feel like just through Jamil Walker does a great job at testing us in the summer training and before spring ball. And no matter how much they put on us, they always make it a point of emphasis. Y'all can't get down on one another. If somebody's slacking in something, you have to bring them up. If you're doing good, you got to bring that guy up that's not doing as well as you. You got to bring them up to your level. So I feel like that's really a big thing that's in our head now. We've been with those guys for 3 years now. I feel like they will be more disappointed in us if we don't bring a guy up than us doing good and letting that guy do bad. So I feel like that's just how this team is nowadays.
I know you guys had heard all the chatter about Bobby Petrino coming back and being an offensive coach, and they had 357 yards passing, 268 yards after catch. Were they as good as advertised, better for an FCS team? Just obviously at one point there, you guys are down 17-0, just your mindset and were they as good as you thought they'd be?
I feel like they were a great team. They had a lot of explosive weapons on their offense. They had a great running back. Shelley was a great player. Scott, the receiver, was a great player. I feel like Bobby Petrino is also a good coach. He drew up some good plays that we would have to come to the sideline and redesign how we need to match it up. So I feel like they were a great team. They definitely did a lot of good, but I feel like we could have played better also, but he did a great job at trying to scheme us up and see what we did in previous games.
That was a great job.
Thank y'all.